Let's bring in some analysis. We speak to political analyst Thamsanqa Malinga for more. Very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. South Africa clearly remains in limbo on the extradition of the Guptas. The NPA says UAE authorities haven't responded to their repeated requests for any information needed. How best can this statement be interpreted? Because the NPA, as we know, has been heavily criticized for failing to prosecute those implicated in corruption. I mean, we heard Shamila Batohi now speaking about 3 areas that continue to be a jab for the NPA.
Good evening, and good evening to the viewers at home. When it comes to the issue of the Guptas and the extradition, we need to ask ourselves as to why now. Because I believe that this issue has been left in limbo for far too long. We know that the red notice was issued in 2022, and we got the report that in June 2022, that was in February 2022, the red notice was issued by Interpol, and we got a report that that was in June 2022. We got that report to say that they've been arrested. We never even saw a footage of them, being arraigned and appearing in any court and whatsoever, I believed, and up until now, I believe that there was never such an arrest. It was all just a lie. I still believe to this day that never happened at all.
Yeah. And more so because there was no evidence that was given of arrest, any of the ID photos being taken. There was no actual tangible evidence of that arrest. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. There was not even a footage of them appearing in any court to say now they are appearing in any court to say that yes, they've appeared in a court of law to answer charges of money laundering, and to an extent that the government filed that extradition order in July of 2022. There was that dilly-dallying, and up until February of 2023, when it was said that the extradition has been unsuccessful due to that technicality. There was all of that dilly-dallying up until now. My question is, why now? The South African state institutions have a tendency of, going to the laundry basket whenever there is a burning issue, and going to this dirty laundry basket and pulling out some dirty laundry to just put out for public to say, now that there's this issue of Mapisangakula, let us go to the dirty laundry basket and pull out something that's dirty and put it out there. And what's best to pull out than the Gupta issue, which is a state capture narrative that is the best thing to pull out to deflect issues. So there is the Mapisangakula issue, and then to deflect issues, let us pull out state capture, which is the best thing that will deflect South Africans. So for me, it's just a matter of deflection, Could you argue that the Gupta-linked deal exposes the weaknesses of the NPA, because the unit has failed so far dismally to secure the timely cooperation of the UAE to officially disgorge banking information from the Gupta's Dubai businesses?
It's not only the Gupta issue, it's just the whole issue of state capture. We will remember, Shamila Batohi herself is on record when the Zondo Commission was still sitting and people were saying, here are issues coming out of the Zondo Commission. Why are there no prosecutions? Shamila Batohi said the NPA does not have the skills to prosecute issues that are coming out of the State Capture Commission. We can pull out records, we can pull out media interviews. She is on record saying that the NPA does not have the skills to prosecute cases that are coming out of the State Capture Commission.
Yeah.
Matsela Koko is one issue.
Yes.
Simple.
What kind of a political push do you think is needed now to accelerate the extradition of the Gupta brothers?
There is none other than the fact that she's saying right now that they need a political solution. That is why they've even went to the office of the president to say, let's just fly the deputy president to UAE to make sure that we try to have a political intervention. That's what she said. She's on record now to say, in as much as this is a technical issue, there needs to be it also dependent. She says, in as much as this is a technical issue, it depends on a political will.
Yeah.
And that's why they are now flying the deputy president over to UAE. But now the question is, are they in UAE? Remember the last time that Minister Lamula wrote to the UAE authorities, we were told that they are no longer in UAE, they are in Switzerland. After that, we were told that they are no longer in Switzerland, they are in the island of Vanuatu. So, where are they?
It's a good question. Perhaps considering that the Guptas are originally from India, and we know that a few years ago, around, I think 2018, the Indian tax authorities conducted multiple raids on the businesses and properties belonging to the three Gupta brothers in New Delhi. How effective do you think India could be in assisting South Africa in bringing the Guptas to book, more so because of the bilateral relations and the BRICS relationship?
Well, if they are in India, then South Africa can best rely on India then because of the BRICS relationship. But I doubt that they will ever go back there. That their best bet is just to be in UAE or wherever in one of the islands where it will be a safe haven for them. But BRICS, any of the BRICS partners, that would be South Africa's best bet in terms of bringing them back.
Very well. Thank you so much for weighing in on this discussion. Political analyst Thamsanqa Malinga there giving us some perspective around the issue on the NPA and the criticism it's facing over the extradition, lack of the Gupta brothers.